Hey guys, Turlywig here, bringing you another Let's Play of Star Wars Galaxies. Man, what's to say about this game? Well, this game right here is quite possibly, in my opinion, the best MMO out there. Uh, and you may notice that I am now using commentary. I figured for a game like this, I would have to use commentary because for some reason it just doesn't work with MMOs if you don't have commentary. And as you see here, we have our new character. I decided to start a new character uh, just to basically start fresh, show you guys the ropes of things. I mean, I've played this. I basically played the Star Wars Galaxies emulator since it first came out. This is Bloodfin server. In my opinion, it's better than the other one. I think it's EMU or something like that. Even though that one is like old classic style, this one actually basically makes the game easier if you're starting out. Uh, I know that for a fact that the other one you only start off with like 1,000 credits, and as you see here, I have a lot of stuff in here. I'll go over this in a minute. But before I start with this, I'm going to explain a few things. One, since this is basically a MMO, I don't know exactly how I'm going to do this. Like, because there is, unlike World of Warcraft and shit like that, there's no level cap in the original Star Wars Galaxies. I mean, there's a level cap in the Star Wars Galaxies Combat Evolved. I think that's what it is. Upgrade, I think. Yeah, I think it's Combat Upgrade. This one, there isn't. Uh, we'll start with our map. As you see here, we are on Corellia, or I think I said, or there's another name for it, but oh well. As you see here, when you create a character, you start off into a little room with like a terminal. And when you click on that terminal, you can start on 3 different planets, but 3 different areas as well. I think there's moons that you can start off on as well, but there's like Tatooine, Naboo, or Corellia. I prefer Corellia because that's where all the players are. And as you see here, I made a Zoibrak, or however you want to say him. Basically, I wanted to play this because if you're going to start on Star Wars Galaxies, it is really recommended that you play a humanoid character like a Rodian human, Zoibrak, or a Twalog, just for the fact that they can wear every single armor, unlike certain races like Wookiees or Ithorians. Ithorians have it worse, in my opinion. They can't really wear hardly anything, and they're not really built to be a combat class. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can probably do TK with them, or a Jedi, but God, don't even get me started on that. That was a bitch to get on my Wookiee, but anyway, we're not talking about them, we're talking about him. As you see here, you have different chats. Basically, I would always recommend just staying on this one unless you're in a guild. And as you see right here, you can actually change some of your, take that off, chat tab management. If you're in a guild, that automatically pops in. And if you're in a group, I think you actually have to make that yourself, but pretty sure that you don't have to. Though I never really pay attention enough to that. So, what is Star Wars Galaxies? What is Bloodfin? Well, Bloodfin is one of the, like I said, servers where you can play Star Wars Galaxies without, having to pay for it and all that. Though you have to have the disc, though I heard there's like some few torrents or something like that. I would actually watch out if you ever plan on doing that. Usually this place is packed, though it is like 3 in the morning right now, and I wanted to do this just so I can get a good move on this. This is basically just going to be a tutorial video, as well as maybe the next part as well. I mean, I just want to get over the basics with this. So as you see here, we have our skill bar. Unlike most MMOs where you have like, a skill that actually does, or has like a good picture with it. This one is like old classic right here, because you see right here I have burst run, where if I click on it, it does exactly what it's told, but it looks just different like this. And I should probably go over skills, yeah. Since I am a marksman, and this is another thing to know about Star Wars Galaxies, unlike most MMOs, you don't have like a certain class. Only in the combat upgrade Star Wars Galaxies has that, but in the original, you have professions. As you see here, we have Alliance Starfire Pilot, Arson, Art. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but they're basically the class where you can create weapons and armor, and basically just the crafting class. Brawler, Melee, Fencer, which is one-hand weapons, Swordsman, which is two hands, and then Pacman, which I'm pretty sure you can understand what that is. Now, certain, oh yeah, TK. Basically, if you're gonna play a brawler, I would highly recommend getting TK, because trust me, once you get TK, you can basically pwn anybody. Though you do have to have buffs, and I'll get on that in another video. But this is just a certain like basic class video or class, yeah, class skills, and then all that other crap. Entertainer. If you're a more social type and you just want to be around, talk to people all day, this is probably the best class for you. I mean, I played it once before, but I'm just not the entertainer type. It just gets really boring for me. Then you have these other ones, Scout. These ones are all like secondary professions. For example, since I'm marksman, oh god, I don't want to get copyright. Where was I? Oh yeah. Since I'm marksman, I have a lot of choices. These are secondary professions. These are your main ones. Or, sorry about that. My throat's dry. Uh, fuck. As you see here, you have pistolier, smuggler, rifleman, carbineer, combat medic, squad leader. Now, certain professions require two certain other professions to get it. For example, smuggler, you have to be marksman and brawler. But since it's right here, all you have to do is just get pistols. And then for the other one, brawler, all you have to do is just get unarmed. So smuggler is pretty easy. I probably will try that, because I've never been a smuggler before, so who knows. I actually wanted to do a bounty hunter, because what made me want to play a bounty hunter was get my ass kicked on my Jedi, because I'll talk about the whole Jedi thing a lot more later, but all I can say is that it is the hardest profession to get. It is time consuming unless it's on a weekend, because this server, unlike the other one, through Mondays and Thursdays, because it starts on Friday at like I think like around 6 something. Mondays through Thursdays, it's basically just normal ass XP, like the XP that you would normally get on S. But on weekends, because Friday for some reason counts as that, I never considered it to be a part of a weekend. Uh, you get triple the XP, and if you join a group like an entertainer group, I'll tell you more about that later. You can increase your XP rate, which is ridiculous. I mean, you can easily max out a profession. That's how I got my uh, Jedi on my Wookiee, because I basically was able to do crafting and stuff. And let me just go ahead and tell you, if you want to be a Jedi, there are 4 things that you have to do in order to get it. I'm just going to get it out of the way. 1, you have to use a scatter pistol. You have to max it out to that force XP, whatever it is. And once you do that, you go to Brawler, Fencer. Now when you do Fencer, where is it? You have to get a, where's the gaffin stick? Oh, well, it doesn't show it. You need a gaffin stick, though, for, yeah, Fencer. And then you level that up, but the one that really makes people so pissed off about it is this. You have to get Chef and Tailor Crafting maxed. Not max, but you reach a certain point right here in Chef, where you can make air cakes. You gotta make 96 of those bastards in order to do that. And then for tailoring, which is probably the easiest one out of the two, you just have to get a hood up cloak and make 5 of them. So you only have to get 3 of those, but I would highly recommend if you're going to be doing this, do crafting first so you can get that out of the way, because you can easily get the Gaffin and Marksman scatter pistol pretty damn easy. Now, like I said, I was planning on doing this just because so many bounty hunters kick my ass so many times, but this server has one problem, and that's probably due to the fact that you really can't really find any weapons whatsoever. I mean, it's hard unless you actually build the weapons yourself, but you have to do crafting, and I refuse to do that again. So, out of these 3, carbines, if you love carbines, I mean they're okay, but they feel weak compared to these other ones, and each one has its very own like strengths and weaknesses. I mean, of course, rifleman or rifles period has that advantage of range, and basically they just shoot slower. Pistols have shorter range than both of these, but they shoot super fast. A really awesome uh, basically a pretty awesome weapon to have, though, just because of the fact that even though you do a lot less damage compared to these, or you have a shorter range, the fact that you can add more dots onto an enemy or cause more bleed wounds makes it worth. Carbine's more like a balance, but I feel like pistols just probably does a slot more damage than this. I feel like they nerfed carbines pretty quick. Now you don't need to get this. I'm actually thinking for this, I probably will go unarmed so I can get that smuggler. And I think I'll go smuggler and pistolier. That's what I'm thinking. Because I already played melee before. That was my Wookiee, and that's how I got TK. And that's basically wreck shit. But I want to make a challenge for me. Now, if you are not happy with a profession and you want to change it, all you have to do is just click on surrender skill and just type yes and then okay. And then right here you see surrender skill to recover 15 skill points. You have a total of 250 skill points. So if you use all of that, you can't do anything unless you get rid of this. I would highly recommend doing the ones that you don't really care that much about first, like all the entertainer stuff like that, just so you can get the badges, because the badges do play a part in becoming a Jedi. Though this server is a little bit different than the other ones, and this is probably the easiest server for you to get a Jedi. It's just time consuming. Like I said, if you want to do that, or if you want to level super fast, I highly recommend just waiting until the weekend if you want to get fast XP. But yeah, that's it for this first video. I'll talk more, like I said, on the next video about, all the certain basics about it. Thank you all for watching.